Guys, everyone listening, I want to welcome you to another day of Livyana Talks Live. Unfortunately, our guest is not able to make it today. We will be rescheduling. But I didn't want to stop this discussion because I think it's an important one. And it's one that I've gone through myself. Uh, you know, Image issues is not just about obesity, you can also have image issues on the other side of it, right? And having those issues also can come with mental health uh, issues or challenges. Probably not issues, but challenges. And I think understanding that and talking about that for the next probably 10 minutes can go a long way for someone out there. One thing that I'm curious about, as I explored my journey internally, is what other mental stigmas did I have or did I go through? For those of you that don't know, I lost a good amount of weight. I was morbidly obese at one point, and it wasn't a great story, medically. Um, but in saying that, what were things that were frustrating? What were things that we kind of think about as we go through this journey? And one thing that I could say that I think a lot of people might be going through is, shopping in itself for clothing. I remember very vividly, when I was a lot heavier than I am today, that was one of the most frustrating things that I've ever experienced. And there probably was a mental block there. There probably was a mental challenge there in that aspect of it. The other thing that I really want people to understand is that as you go through, you know, an image journey, whether it's obesity, whether it's not being able to gain weight, um, keep in mind that you're not alone in that journey. There are people out there that are going through that journey that you can learn from. It's a matter of connecting with them, right? And you guys hear me say that a lot. I think from the perspective of obesity, I can tell you that it is not an easy journey. And the ones that are going through it, the ones that are living it right now, um, they can vouch for that, I would imagine. And I think that as we go through these different, image journeys that I call them, whether it's obesity, whether it's anorexia, whether it's whatever you think you are, keep in mind that you're a lot more beautiful than that, right? Than just that image journey. Um, Also, the other thing that I think we need to kind of discuss is what are we going to look like in Livyana Talks in the next couple of live sessions. And I think this is pretty important, right? So in the next couple live sessions, it's going to be all discussing around image, all discussing around weight loss, all discussing around obesity, all discussing around just different image issues or image challenges or journeys, if you will. And I think the one thing that we need to keep cognizant of as we have these conversations, right, is understanding that we're all humans, right? That understanding that no matter what we do, our actions could impact someone that's going through something that you don't know, right? And that's across the board, not just with an image journey. So in the next couple live sessions, we're going to have guests that have gone through different image journeys. They're going to be telling their stories around obesity, around the mental challenges that come with those aspects of living through. Right. I know as I continue to reflect upon my obesity journey, now that I'm talking about a journey that I relate to as a founder of Livyana because I went through it. I think from that perspective, I think that we're going to be learning a lot. I think that we'll be able to get this message out to people and say, hey, you're not alone in this journey. There are people like the founder, Mario, that have gone through it. There are people like Justin, who's supposed to be on the show, that have gone through it, right? And they can help you go through the journey that you're trying to figure out. Um, you know, the other thing that I think that we're going to be hitting, that a lot of times people don't talk about is, you know, it's not just physical health, right? There's mental health components to a lot of different health journeys, right? And the obesity journey can have a huge mental health component, right? Earlier, you heard me talk about one of my mental challenges. One of my massive frustrations when I was obese, which was shopping. I absolutely did not like going shopping because I knew going in there that nothing was going to fit. I knew going into that it was going to be a frustrating thing to do. So I try to avoid it at all costs, right? And that in itself, is a big hit. It's a little bit devastating from a self-esteem perspective, from an image perspective. Um, and the other thing that I think we need to continuously think about, is not only are we having those mental challenges, right? But if you're getting made fun of, right, because of your image, that's another huge issue, right? Because now that can cause a lot of mental harm, right? And that's why earlier you heard me say, no matter who you are out there, just be kind because you don't know what people are going through. You don't know what the person next to you is facing, right? And I think that goes a long way. I know, fortunately, I didn't have a lot of those issues, but I do know people that were obese that did have those kinds of issues, right? They did have those kinds of challenges. Um, So, as we continue in this next month and a half into March, the next couple of guests that we will be hearing from are going to be people that have lived this journey like me, where we're going to have raw discussions on how we really felt throughout these different, aspects, right? And we're even going to hit, nutrition. We're going to hit how we're trained. We're going to hit probably a little bit about the school system and how that doesn't help sometimes either, right? So other than that, guys, I hope you guys having a wonderful Saturday. I look forward to bringing these guests on in the next few live sessions that we have. Other than that, download Livyana, connect with people, grow the platform with me. The more people we get on it, the better it's going to become for everyone. Remember, health is your wealth, and to live because you're not alone.